Good morning. Welcome to Strongsville PTA's annual celebration of Founders Day. My name is Laura Halsam, and it is my honor to serve as this year's council president. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I would like to begin this morning by thanking the many individuals who are responsible for making today's event so special. Thank you to Mayor Persiak and the Strongsville Recreation and Senior Center for once again hosting our event. A special thank you to Sarah Arnold of the Rec Center and her amazing crew. We could not do this without their tremendous support. Thank you to Mr. Scott Benson, Susie Kerr, and the crew of SCS TV for taping today's program. Thank you to our Chief of Police, James Kobeck, and all of our Strongsville police officers for taking time out of their day today to come and join us. And a huge thank you to Karen Repholz, our Founders Day coordinator, for planning and organizing today's event. I would also like to thank the many PTA volunteers who came last night to help Karen set up for today's event. We really appreciate your time. Today we celebrate the role PTA has played in supporting parent involvement and working on behalf of all children and families here in Strongsville, across Ohio, and throughout the nation. The PTA is the oldest and largest child advocacy association in America. Today's PTA is comprised of more than 4 million parents, teachers, grandparents, caregivers, foster parents, and other caring adults who share a commitment to improving the education, health, and safety of all children. Here in Strongsville, we have over 1,300 members to date. The 11 units that make up the Strongsville Council PTA strive to keep the education and welfare of all children as our focus. We are very fortunate here in Strongsville to have countless dedicated parents, teachers, administrators, staff, and community members who actively work to support the mission of the PTA and continue to make this a better place for our children. For that, we are very thankful, and that is what today is all about. Today is a day to take the time to reflect and take pride in our many accomplishments and renew our commitment to be a powerful voice for all children and a strong advocate for the education and well-being of every child. We speak with one voice for every child. On behalf of Council PTA, it is our extreme pleasure to have so many people from our school community here with us today. I would like to offer a warm welcome to all of our district administrators, staff, and school board members who are joining us this morning. Also welcome to all of you who are members of PTA and to our past and present unit and council presidents. It is also an honor and a privilege to have with us today the many people who have been honored in past years with the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. We thank you for your many years of devoted services to our children of Strongsville and to the Strongsville City Schools. We appreciate your many accomplishments and your continued support of the work we do today. Would all previous Founders Day honorees please stand and be recognized? Thank you, and again, welcome. As much as we enjoy helping with classroom parties and bake sales, PTA volunteers work in many more ways to enrich the educational experience of our students. So far this year, Council PTA has awarded $6,000 in grants to all of our schools, organized and sponsored the monthly Rockin' at the Rec dances, and helped to collect over 180 children's blankets for our food bank here in Strongsville. Later this month, we will be bringing Todd Waits back to Strongsville to talk to our students at Center and Albion Middle Schools about anti-bullying efforts. Todd is a motivational speaker and alumni of the Strongsville City Schools. And for our children at the elementary schools, we will be providing an assembly on kindness. These accomplishments of Council PTA are in addition to all of our wonderful events, activities, and gifts given to each school by their own PTA units. Today, we are here to celebrate the best of the best in our PTA community. We'll be recognizing 11 amazing PTA volunteers. If you asked any of them, they would tell you they do not deserve this award. But I am here today to tell you that they absolutely do. They give their time, talent, and resources to their schools, churches, and community. They volunteer countless hours to make our schools in our city a better place. Before I introduce the entertainment, I'd like to share a quote from Edgar Allan, the founder of Easter Seals, that I feel embodies the 11 award winners today. Your life and mine should be valued not by what we take, but by what we give. Thank you again for joining us today. I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the 2016 Founders Day celebration. Entertaining us today is the wonderfully talented Mustang Express under the direction of Mrs. Vicki Eicher.
Good morning. We are the Mustang Express from Strongsville High School. It's a wonderful bunch of very talented and fun students, and I'm going to turn it over to my co-presidents, Vincenzo Galassi and Brianna O'Boyle.
Hi, my name is Brianna O'Boyle.
And I'm Vincenzo Galassi, and we're the co-presidents of Mustang Express. Like Mrs. Eicher said, Mustang Express is composed of 33 very talented singers and dancers.
Last year, for the first time in 8 years, we made it to finals, and we hope to do so again at our first competition on Saturday at Cuyahoga Falls.
So hope you enjoy.
Here comes the Mustang Express.
Attention, if you are hearing this message, you are a survivor of a nuclear apocalypse. The world has been consumed by radiation, and the number of casualties is devastating. The world is in peril, and its future is in your hands.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in and shaping up and checking out on the prison bus. Yeah, this is it, the apocalypse. Whoa. I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones enough to make my systems blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Whoa, oh, whoa, I'm radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, oh, whoa, I'm radioactive.
education at Strongsville High School. Thank you very much. What an honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mustang Express and Mrs. Eicher, for allowing us the opportunity to enjoy the music of you very talented students. Thank you guys so much. You did a wonderful job. All right, we can get started with the second part of our program. We are here today to honor the past, present, and future of the PTA. Every year, we take this opportunity to award the Ohio PTA Achievement Award to those who have given long and outstanding service to our children and youth. Our first award today will be presented by Stephanie Kunovich from Whitney Elementary School.
It is my honor to present the 2016 Ohio PTA Achievement Award for Whitney Elementary to Mary Smith. Mary is accompanied today by her husband Jason and her daughters Lauren, a 7th grader at Albion Middle School, and Sarah, a 5th grader at Whitney. Mary has been a member of the Whitney PTA for 8 years. Throughout her time there, she has worked tirelessly for the PTA and the students of Whitney Elementary. Mary jumped into the PTA with both feet and is always willing to help with whatever is needed. She has served as co-chair of fundraising, sports day, spirit wear, and holiday shop committees. She served as the market day and kindergarten orientation chairperson, and you can usually find her working at Rockin' at the Rec in the kitchen. Most importantly, she has served as co-president of the Whitney PTA for the past 3 years. As co-president, we have found her to be a calming force and is always rational and practical when issues arise. She always puts the best interests of the students first. Mary has also made volunteering a family affair. Her husband Jason is our math and science night guru, always coming up with great ideas that make learning about science fun. Her daughters also frequently volunteer for PTA events. Outside the PTA, Mary works full-time making delicious treats at Olympia. She is a member of the Parma Baptist Church, where she is involved with the Children's Church and Vacation Bible School. She enjoys camping and loves to spend time with her family and friends. Congratulations, Mary. Even though you're a Steelers fan, we think you're awesome.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Whitney Elementary PTA, for honoring me with this award. It has been a pleasure to serve as PTA president for the past 3 years. I would like to thank Lynn Mendici and Ruth Ford for serving as co-presidents with me. I've been very fortunate to have an excellent PTA board that is not afraid to handle the tough tasks and issues and also they lend a hand when needed. Thank you so much for your friendship and support. I've had the privilege of working with the wonderful staff at Whitney and administration. Having principals and teachers that value and appreciate PTA makes my job very easy. I would like to thank my husband Jason and my daughters Lauren and Sarah. Jason, you are my biggest cheerleader and are always willing to help whenever I need. And Lauren and Sarah, you are my greatest blessings, and I'm honored to be your mom. You two are the reasons why I joined PTA. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Mr. Adam Marino from Kinsner Elementary School.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's my privilege and honor to be presenting, introducing the Founders Day recipient for Kinsner Elementary School. My name is Adam Marino, the principal, and as you just heard, and as you will no doubt continue to hear, there are many characteristics that allows these individuals to come up here on stage today. Stacy Armendarius is certainly no exception to that. There's a long list of things that she has done and accomplished and a long list of characteristics that has allowed her to be up here today. Rather than talking about all those things and keep you on the edge of your seat, I just wanted to focus on a couple. The first one that comes to mind is that there's some fancy words for it, perseverance, other things, but she just finds a way to get things done. She has been in charge of so many things that I can't even keep track of, and she always finds a way to accomplish them. And obstacles arise, as you guys all know, whenever there's projects and things to be done, and she just flat out finds a way to overcome those things. One story that reminds me of is when we had a fundraiser for food bank, getting food for the food bank. So a lot of mac and cheese and ramen noodles, and so we raised over $2,000 worth of food, which is a lot of macaroni and cheese and ramen noodles. And so it was right before Thanksgiving break, and so Stacy, as she typically does, volunteered to help out, and she wanted to deliver the food to the Strongsville Food Bank, and I thought it was impossible to fit all this food in her car. And she has an SUV, Mary, there was a lot of food there. And she's like, no, we'll fit it in there, and so what I thought was impossible, at least 2, maybe 3 trips, she managed to get it all in one. I don't know how you did that. But the most amazing thing is she still had to take her 2 kids home, and I don't think they were even visible in the car. I think they were sitting in the macaroni and cheese box. But when she arrived at the food bank, it was closed. So a car full of stuff, for that long break. Stacy just stand idly by. No, she did not. She found the director's number somehow and got them to unlock the door, even though they were closed, and still delivered all the food on time. So that's a story that really exemplifies who she is. I remember my first year, or my first time meeting you, actually, was my first year, her first year's PTA 2 years ago, and I think it was before school even started, and she had all these dates, 25 dates. April, May, and I don't even know where my plant goes yet, let alone what's happening in April. So very organized. Just on top of everything. Definitely a go-to person. And the students would not nearly have the experiences at our school if it wasn't for your efforts. So I know Allison and Jenna, both here today, and your husband, they think very highly of you. And on behalf of all of Kinsner Elementary School, the students, the staff, and myself, we thank you.
Thank you, Adam. I was a little nervous with your speech. Surprised you remembered about the car and the food, but yeah, that was a fun day. Thank you, Adam, for this award, as well as Mary and the Kinsner PTA. It means very much to me. I started doing this, like everybody else, as I wanted to be there for my kids and all the students. So this is very, very appreciative. I thank my husband for putting up with me, and I thank my family who are here today, my mom, my mother-in-law, Gail, and my nephew, as well as some PTA members as well. This is very appreciative, and I thank all of you. Thank you.
Presenting on behalf of the Early Childhood PTA is Joy Slonacker.
The Strongsville Early Childhood PTA would like to recognize Jeff Ellis of Jeff Ellis's International Karate Centers with an Ohio PTA Achievement Award. He has been a black belt and teacher for 40 years and works hard to help the children and adults in our community. His goals are to teach integrity, respect, confidence, and self-control to his young students. His student creeds include, I will not use my karate skills on others, I will only use my karate skills to protect myself, and I will always try my best and finish what I start. Some of his many contributions to the youth of Strongsville include organizing Strongsville's annual Child Safe Community Day Fair. This is a free event and is open to the community and brings together many organizations to provide families with a wide variety of safety tips and services, and also raises awareness for protecting the city's youngest residents. For example, available at this fair are child identification kits, complete with an emergency medical release card, fingerprinting, and a personal description record. Jeff also offers free bully-proofing your child workshops for parents and children grades kindergarten through 6. This teaches parents how to empower their children to overcome a difficult situation and the steps they can take to teach their children what to do if they are ever bullied. Jeff has also taught karate at Strongsville elementary schools as a part of the students' regular gym classes with coordination from their gym teachers. They review fundamentals, including punches, blocks, kicks, and falls. Jeff also offers free Don't Be a Victim classes, which teaches women and teens how to be aware of their surroundings and how to protect themselves if ever attacked. Towards the end of the summer, Jeff often offers a free self-defense class specifically geared towards teenage girls who are heading off to college in the fall. Jeff is very involved with the Rotary Club of Strongsville. He helps organize the annual duck race and allows his dojo to be a drop-off point for their clothing drive and Christmas toy collection. In addition to all these great things, on a personal level, Jeff is a quiet but very caring person. He has helped many children overcome obstacles in their lives. He's helped them become more confident, but yet still accountable for their own actions. He often takes time out to sit down with students, talk with them, and encourage them individually. This is not the exception, but the norm. He teaches the values of integrity, confidence, perseverance, and self-discipline in all aspects of life. He has been a major positive influence and role model for many young children in our area. With that, the Strongsville Early Childhood PTA would like to thank Jeff for all his years of service to the youth of our community and to present to him this Ohio PTA Achievement Award. Thank you, Jeff.
Good morning. Flowers. I've never received flowers. This is awesome. I'm grateful for this prestigious award and want to thank the Early Childhood PTA for recommending me for this award, and want to acknowledge my wife Antoinette for her devotion and encouragement over these years. I'd like to thank the city of Strongsville and the mayor and Strongsville City Schools, and look forward to continuing our mission of providing youth with the foundations of success. Thank you again.
Next, we welcome Julie Walcher from Sarar Elementary School.
It is my honor to introduce to you Tracy Grau. She is the Sarar recipient of the PTA Achievement Award this year. She is accompanied today by her husband Scott and her 3 children, Victoria, George, and Charlotte. I met Tracy about 7 years ago when her oldest was heading to kindergarten and I was sending my youngest off. As a new mom at Sarar, Tracy did not hesitate to get involved with the PTA. With 1 in kindergarten and 2 more in tow, she jumped in with both feet and has not looked back. From the start, Tracy has been involved with many committees, including but not limited to the Scholastic Book Fair, Staff Appreciation, 6th grade graduation, movie night, holiday parties, nominating committees, and this year as our vice president. She has helped in the classrooms and anywhere else when asked. Along with all of this, Tracy has been my Girl Scout leader, my co-leader in Girl Scouts for 6 years. When I resigned last year, Tracy did not hesitate to take over. When our troop toured the food bank and Tracy saw the need for volunteers, Tracy stepped up. Tracy has been my go-to on many occasions when help was needed at the last minute. There have been many late nights getting the work done, but it always gets done. Thank you, Tracy, for your countless hours you have dedicated to PTA and our children. You truly deserve the PTA Achievement Award.
Thank you, Julie. It's nice to stand up here in front of so many familiar faces, not only my peer PTA members, but also Girl Scout leaders. Thank you to the PTA Council for organizing an event year after year that shows so much love to our volunteers. Congratulations to everyone who is receiving the award today. We are all here for the same reason. We love to volunteer. 2 years ago, I was fortunate enough to stand on this stage next to Julie, and am honored to be standing next to her again today. She has guided me not only in the PTA, but with the Girl Scouts and in life in general. Thank you to Sarar and the fabulous PTA members that nominated me. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you to Dr. Razzo and my fellow PTA members from Sarar for taking the time to be here today. Most importantly, a big thank you goes to my family, my husband Scott, and my children Victoria, George, and Charlotte. Without your support, I would not be able to do what I do at school. I adore you and love you very much. I'm happy to see my children at school with their classmates having fun, and that is what PTA is all about. I look forward to meeting the new families that will be joining Sarar next year. I've heard so many great things about the families at Drake. I'm excited that our PTA family is going to grow. I also look forward to what lies ahead at the new middle school. I cannot believe it's time for my oldest to begin her journey there. I look forward to being able to join that PTA and make new adventures there. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Vicki Maloney, representing Center Middle School PTA. Good morning. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of Center PTA. Some of you are probably like, but you don't even have a kid at Center PTA yet. I don't, but Tracy's one of my very best friends, and I'm very happy to present that award to her today on behalf of Center PTA. Tracy's joined today by her husband Kevin and her son Cole, who's an 8th grader at Center, and her son Henry, who's a 6th grader at Sarar. Kevin, thank you so much for being here today. I met Tracy over 10 years ago in the preschool PTA. At that time, she had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. I had a 1-year-old, and she was active. She was planning children's parties and children's activities. She was holding board positions. She served on lots of committees while we were in early childhood PTA, was what preschool used to be, or has become. And in that time, Tracy taught me a lot of things. She showed me how to get myself involved. She showed me the different preschools. One of my fondest memories is trying to figure out where I was going to send my oldest to preschool, and she said, "Oh, the co-op is great." And I said, "Oh, what do you do there?" She's like, "Well, I'm on the board, and I do this." So she wasn't just involved in the preschool PTA. She was involved at the Strongsville Cooperative Preschool as well. She got me involved there as well. She has kind of set an example for me through the years of getting involved and doing things. As her children aged out of the preschool, she continued to stay involved at Sarar. She's held positions like council delegate, recording secretary, president. She served on numerous committees, chaired committees. But what's more important than this really long resume of PTA activities is she sets an example.
and is truly committed to doing what is right for our children and for our community. I just want to give you a couple examples of how that's true. First, it's probably not a secret. Tracy had a rough year last year. She powered through. She's on the better end of it now, and we're happy to hear that. But what's important is through that, she didn't falter. She was a pillar of strength for her family, for her friends. She set an example, again, for us in how to handle such a tough, challenging situation with her health. She didn't disengage from the things she was involved in. She still stayed as involved as she could while she was going through all of that. I want to just say, Cole and Henry, you have a great mom. I think you know that. Another example is how she teaches the importance of giving back to her kids. When her boys attended a mission trip for church late last year, they saw that there was a need, and they went home. They thought about what can we do to make a difference. And Cole took it upon himself to plan a clothing drive at Center Middle School. And to me, that is just a prime example of how Tracy embodies the importance of giving back and volunteering and teaches her kids that that's what you have to do. And to me, beyond being involved, you have to teach the kids that that's what's important too, not just take what's being given to you, but figure out how you can give back. The last thing I want to say is Tracy doesn't just talk the talk. She walks the walk. She's involved every day. Like I said, she's got a long resume of activities that she's done, but more than that, she shows everyone how to do it and how to get involved. And that's why I'm so honored today to present this award to Tracy.
Thank you, Vicki, for your kind words, and thank you to the Center PTA for this recognition. It is an honor and very much appreciated. Thank you to my husband, Kevin, for only the gentlest rolling of your eyes when I tell you I'm in charge of something new. And thank you for being a constant, albeit sometimes unwilling, sounding board. Cole and Henry, thank you for putting up with having a mom who's at your school, and for a mom who is always worked up about something. PTA has given me and my family so very much. From that very first meeting of early childhood PTA, when I walked in and I had a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old and it was a hot mess, we have found lifelong friends and a community. In fact, when I faced my own health challenges this summer, it was PTA friends who stepped up and brought meals, offered rides, and gave me daily encouragement every step of the way. I cannot tell you how much that means to me, my friends. Over the years, this organization has given me laughter, guidance, and support. Through PTA, I've been able to learn about my son's schools and about our district, and how I can best serve and advocate for my children. It has given me the chance to cultivate strong working relationships with members of the administration and the school board. PTA has given me the forum to advocate for my children and all of our children in so many ways. That's why this award means so much. It is a validation and a recognition of the work I've put in and will continue to do so. So thank you for this honor. And I totally deserve this. All right. No, I'm kidding.
Presenting on behalf of Strongsville Council PTA is Colleen Morgan.
It is my pleasure to present Maureen McManus with the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. She has been very active in PTA for many, many years. She's always around helping us in many different capacities. In addition to her PTA duties with us, she's been very active in the city. And I would like to thank the Chief of Police for providing me with this wonderful bio. Marie started working with the police department in 1996. In 2009, she was selected as the department's youth coordinator. Marie has coordinated and managed many of the following groups. She is the Strongsville DARE program that includes the DARE elementary and middle school Halloween parties, the DARE 6th and 8th grade celebration dances, the DARE ice skating and roller skating parties, and the DARE dunk tank at the Strongsville homecoming. I think that we've all had our kids there. She's also managed and coordinated the Strongsville Safety Town program, the 3rd grade safety belt program, and the Strongsville Police Department's community diversion program. Marie's hard work and dedication to the youth of the community has made a difference in thousands of children's lives. Her enthusiasm for the youth programs and her positive role model influence our children is what makes Marie special, and the programs that she manages successfully. She manages them all successfully. Marie's efforts have been recognized by the Knights of Columbus, the Greater Cleveland Safe Kids and Safe Community Coalition, the Strongsville Optimist Club, but most recently by the Cuyahoga County OVI Task Force for her Don't Text and Drive promotion, and the seatbelt rollover simulator conducted at our high school. Don't tell anybody, but Marie got her kids to dress up as the crash test dummies at our Click It or Ticket at the event at the high school. They were hilarious doing cartwheels. While they were dressed up in the costumes, she wasn't allowed to tell anybody. And I can just imagine her kids were thrilled to be dressed up like that. And today, there are many of Marie's coworkers here in our back corner. You can see many of our police department and her friends, her husband, Kelly, her son, Johnny, who just got here from Tri-C. Her sons, Jacob and Jesse, were not able to be here today because they attend the University of Cincinnati. Go Bearcats. And her mother, Carol, is here. One of her sister triplets is here who works at the Strongsville Police Department, also Margaret, and her team members from Strongsville Police Department, as I said. And as I alluded to before, Marie has always been there with us. And you wouldn't know it, but she doesn't like to be the center of attention. But she's in the center of many of our children's lives. All you have to do is to chaperone at any one of those events, and you can see the smiles on their faces, what joy she has brought by bringing these safe events to their lives. In addition to the dances, and afterwards, she doesn't know. We both have. I have a child in college too, and I've gone down there and you listen to the kids talk about those events, and they're like 21 years old and they're talking about these things. So these are memories that have lived with her, have lived in our child's lives. And Marie's one of the first people who's always asking me, what can I do? Can I help? So though she doesn't think she's the center to many people's lives. Thank you again, Marie.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Colleen, and thank you for the beautiful flowers. I would like to thank the PTA Council for this award. I am honored and humbled to receive it. I am very lucky to have a strong team. My husband, Kelly, is my rock and even helps sometimes on making our events for the kids as special as we can. Officer Don is very thoughtful and helpful, and besides being a local legend with the kids, he truly does care. Officer Chris, our SRO at the high school, is there for the kids, and I can just tell Officer Kelly cares a lot and will be a great addition to our team. I am so proud to work with such great coworkers and parents in our PTA. We moved to Strongsville when our oldest was 2, and we are so happy with this great community and our school system. So I would like to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for this honor, and God bless. Thank you.
Presenting for Albion Middle School is Lynn Mendez.
Good morning. It is my honor to be here today to present Mr. Jeff Port with the 2016 Ohio PTA Achievement Award from Albion Middle School. Mr. Port is a full-time 7th grade language arts teacher who has been at Albion for, well, he might not want me to say how many years, but we'll just say quite a few. But Mr. Port is much more than just a teacher at Albion. In the fall, you'll find him coaching the football teams and coaching the basketball teams during the winter months. In the spring, you'll find him out with the kids while he's coaching our track team. Among one of the many things that Mr. Port does at Albion is he is the advisor for our morning announcements. Mr. Port writes and creates many of the morning announcements that are read each morning by the students. He has been known to work until the wee hours of the night perfecting his latest creations and skits. Mr. Port is also a very willing participant to support our Albion PTA. Whether he's walking with the kids on the track for our walkathon, helping with box top contests, or book fair, he takes every event, he takes every event with childlike enthusiasm, professionalism, and pride. He makes the personal commitment to see that each event is a success by promoting and encouraging all the participants to participate and to do it with zeal. Lastly, Mr. Port wants the best for his students and his school, and he puts forth his best effort and countless hours to being sure that that is just what happens. Congratulations again, Mr. Port.
My thanks to Mrs. Mendici and to the Albion PTA Council and to the PTA Council at large who do so much for the students of Strongsville schools. My thanks to Mrs. Gail Randall who nominated me for this event, my partner in crime who's holding down the fort back at Albion while I'm over here and who deserves this award just as much as I do. My special thanks to my wife who's here today, Karen. 27 years ago, this will tell you how long I've been at Albion. 27 years ago, after my first year at Albion, my wife had been a, had been a kindergarten teacher for 4 or 5 years before that. And I like to say that most of what I've learned about teaching, most of what I've learned about being a good teacher, I learned from her, observing her over the years. And after that first year of teaching, I said, I don't know if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And she said, in much kinder terms, I'm sure, suck it up and get back out there. You'll be fine. And it's true. I did suck it up and get back out there, and I've enjoyed every minute of it since. Teaching and education is under fire. You know it, and I know it as well. But I am proud to be a member of the greatest profession in the world. I'm a teacher. And every day I get the privilege of standing in front of kids and sharing with them my life and having them share with me their lives, which has made me so much better. Anybody who's been around me for very long at all would know that you can't get away from me without hearing about Booker T. Washington, one of my heroes. And teachers, every day we come to school, we try to do what Booker T. Washington said when he stood in front of the red brick school building that he called his first home away from home, his first school where he learned. He said, this is what teachers do every day. We resolve to let no obstacle prevent us from putting forth our highest effort to fit ourselves to accomplish the most good in the world. That's what we're about as teachers, and that's why it's a privilege to stand up here in front of you and have the PTA recognize me, because I stand not alone, but I stand with all my colleagues who are out there doing the work today that they love to do every day in teaching your sons and daughters. and having them teach us as well. So thank you for the privilege and the honor of being here. Have a great day.
Our next presenter is Stacy Hershkovitz from Moraski Elementary School.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be representing the Moraski PTA this morning and to be presenting the Ohio PTA Achievement Award to Carrie Dewis. Carrie and I met when our daughters were in Mrs. Amari's kindergarten class. It was my first, so I was a newbie, but she led the way for me the entire time. I volunteered to be the room mom that year, and Carrie helped me at every opportunity. Along with your usual classroom parties, Mrs. Amari liked to have extra fun, so I got to enjoy helping out with Pumpkin Day, Math Games Day, Teddy Bear Picnic, and Carrie was always there to be the first to volunteer to help me. From that, a friendship and a great working relationship developed. Carrie's now serving in her second year as our Moraski president, and it's been my pleasure to assist her serving as her vice president. She's done a great job leading and guiding our group these last 2 years, always willing to lend a helping hand whenever we need her. Her daughter, Abby's following in her mom's footsteps because she can always be counted on to answer my daughter Isabel's homework questions, and they come, unfortunately, often. Carrie's contributed to our PTA in so many capacities, it's almost impossible to list them all, but to highlight a few. She's been room parent, recording secretary, corresponding secretary, council delegate, the historian, the webmaster. She chaired many committees, most importantly, in my opinion, the book fair for 4 long years, which if you've ever chaired the book fair, you know is a really big, time-consuming effort, but one of the most fun weeks at school. The kids just love it. And I think that's where I met Ethan, because it's a family affair. Everybody's there hauling books, nice and bright and early, and he was always there helping mom set up and get ready for that event. She's volunteered on just about every committee I can think of that we have at Moraski, and she also served the council PTA as recording secretary for 2 years. She makes Moraski a better place and a wonderful place for our children to spend their day, and that's why it's my honor and my pleasure to present Carrie Dewis.
First off, I want to thank Stacy for her kind introduction and for standing up here with me. She's been a great asset to our PTA, and I'm privileged to call her my friend. I'm very humbled and honored to receive this award. Strongsville has such a solid network of volunteers and community leaders that I'm flattered to share the stage with these recipients today. When I went to my first PTA meeting at Moraski, I only knew 2 people there. Fast forward 9 years later, I can say that I've become friends with many wonderful parents that truly care about our schools and students. Moraski PTA is one of the best groups of volunteers I have ever been a part of. They give their time and talents without hesitation, all with the common goal of improving our students' elementary experience. I cannot thank them enough. I want to extend my thanks to Mrs. Peters, Mrs. Surak, and the wonderful staff at Moraski. They are always supportive of our PTA programs, and we're very fortunate to have a great partnership. Finally, I want to thank my husband, Chris, and my kids, Ethan and Abby. Chris has encouraged me throughout and has always been a great sounding board to me. Ethan and Abby, you've sacrificed your time over the years as well. You went into school early to help set up for events or stay late to help clean up. You helped count flyers and other tasks. And Abby, as the youngest, you sat through so many PTA meetings when you're little and you never complained. I truly appreciate what both of you have done for me, even though it might have occasionally involved a bribe of ice cream. Henry Ford is credited with the following quote: "If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself." This is the same advice someone gave me when I first started as president. It is the group effort that gets us to the finish line. Thank you so much.
Next, Michelle Price will present the award for the Strongsville High School.
This year, the Strongsville High School PTA proudly honors my friend Robin Micco with the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. This award recognizes special individuals who have shown the characteristics of being driven to make a difference in our children's lives. Robin definitely fits that description. She has lived in Strongsville with her husband Rich and their 4 children for 15 years. They are both actively involved in our schools and in our community. Robin volunteers at all grade levels in our schools. She has children at all the levels this year. She's currently a room mom for her 4th grade son while preparing for her 12th grade son to graduate high school this year. Robin is serving her 2nd year as high school PTA president. She also co-chairs our high school PTA after prom and helps with many other committees at the high school. She co-chairs Rockin' at the Rec for Council PTA and has been a school board representative, a special education representative, a fundraising chairperson, and many more. We are lucky to have Robin volunteering for our schools. She is friendly, reliable, honest, and kind, all characteristics that make her very deserving of this award. Congratulations, Robin, and all the other recipients of the Ohio PTA Achievement Award this year.
Thank you to my partner in crime. It's very nice. When I found out I won this award on a very rare occasion, my husband and I and Eric were sitting on the couch watching TV, and I thought, what the heck am I going to say? And Rich said, well, I won it last year. I could give you advice. You need to start with a funny story to get everybody's attention. And I thought about it, and I thought, well, I'll tell him how I called Jane Ludwig your bored wife. And I'm just your really bored wife. And he said, no, that's not funny. I don't think Jane will like it. She's not here, so it doesn't matter. And then Eric piped in. Well, I've been there before, too. You have to thank me, Izzy, Fritz, and Maggie, because if it weren't for us, you wouldn't be getting it anyway. And then Rich said, well, if I didn't love your mother so much, you wouldn't be here anyway. So she should be thanking me, which she promptly got up and said ugh and gross and walked out of the room. And we got the remote, so it was all good. And from 2 rooms over, squeaky voice starts saying, you should talk about Mr. Smithberg. He is so nice. He does so many great things at the high school. He does Leadership Academy, and I'm in Leadership Academy. I love Leadership Academy. It gets me out of class. It's awesome. Plus, he's everywhere. He's at open house, he's at the concerts. He was even at that away basketball game last year in Brocksville. I couldn't believe it. He was there too. And you say at PTA meetings, he talks and talks and talks and talks and tells you everything that's going on in PTA. And that's probably why he lost his voice. And then all you moms were so worried about him losing his voice. And then when we get those robocalls in the morning about school, your first thing you say is, poor Mr. Smithberger, what is going on at that high school now? You really like Mr. Smithberg. He's great. Mom, did you hear me? At which point, Rich tells Izzy to get back to her homework. And finally, Rich goes, you know what? The best advice I have is just speak from your heart and tell the truth. You women have those PTA meetings to go out to lunch. I know it. I see the credit card bill, and fundraisers, just a scam. So you don't have to cook dinner. So just be honest and tell them the truth. So truth be told, it's been a pleasure and an honor to be a member of the high school PTA, and especially president. Mr. Smithberger, the assistant principals, teachers and staff are top-notch. They're enthusiastic and committed to what is best for all Strongsville students. Our students are good kids with great things they're doing, and they have great futures. My fellow PTA members are the best people I know, and I'm lucky enough to call you my friends. I will treasure this always. Thank you.
The award from Chapman Elementary School will be presented by Mr. Andy Trujillo. Sorry.
Good morning, I'm Andrew Trujillo. It's nice to be here this morning. It's my pleasure and honor today to present Chapman's own Dawn Van Hove with the Ohio PTA Achievement Award at this year's Founders Day. Dawn is joined today by her 3 children, Sydney, Seth, and Sammy, and husband Ken. As the principal of Chapman Elementary School from 2007 to 2015, I had the pleasure of working with Dawn for several years on many initiatives and student activities. What you may not know about Dawn is she's in famous company with the likes of Madonna, Kate Upton, Serena Williams, Stevie Wonder, Magic Johnson, Tom Selleck. What is it that she has in common with all these famous and successful people, you ask? She and her beautiful family are from Michigan. Admittedly, this was at first a difficult fact to overlook, as she and her family proudly strutted their maize and blue colors through the halls of Chapman. However, it was soon accepted as we quickly learned more about Dawn and her family. The dedication and commitment to the school by each member of the family was evident right away. Dawn was nominated for the Founders Day recognition by Lori Silvas, and Lori had this to say. Dawn has been an invaluable member of the Chapman PTA for many years, serving as president during some very difficult times for our PTA and our school, and chairing several large and important committees for years. This statement stuck in my head because those close to Chapman know what those times were, and the challenge to lead in difficult times is sometimes the differentiating factor between good and great. The list of tasks, initiatives, and opportunities that she led and assisted with are extensive, and it goes without saying that she was fabulous in her leadership in those vital opportunities for our students. When I think of Dawn's leadership at Chapman over the years, I have a visual of hard work and dedication. She leads through her work. She's an example to everyone. There are no excuses with Dawn. She just gets the job done. I connect her leadership to this quote by famous football coach Vince Lombardi, that leaders are born, they're not made, that they're not born, they are made, and they are made just like everything else through hard work, and that is the price we all pay to achieve any goal. Dawn leads through her hard work. A quality leader walks the talk, and in doing so earns the right to have responsibility for others, and in turn, others are willing to follow. It's imperative that a leader is trustworthy and demonstrates a life of honesty and integrity. This is what I think of when I think of Dawn. For her, leadership is a verb. You watch Dawn, and you see what leadership looks like. In closing, and in her honor, a quote from Bo Schembechler, famous head football coach of Michigan University. Sing your song, dream your dreams, hope your hopes, and pray your prayers. This is what Dawn does for her community every day. Dawn, thank you for your service to our students and community.
All right, it's going to take me a minute to get a vision out of my head here, but I'd like to start by saying for me, this is a really strange feeling to be up here today. When I was a teenager, I wanted to go to college. I wanted to explore the world, do things. I can say, standing here today, that I've been married for almost 25 years. My husband and I got married when we were 21. We had 7 years together before we had children. Because again, marrying young, I wasn't sure if I wanted to have kids. We waited a while. I had my first one. We were in Washington, D.C. School systems out there were horrible. My daughter was coming of age to go to school. We decided to have our second child, which I had Seth. He was 6 months when we moved to Ohio. We moved here in 2004. At that point in time, Sydney started school. Seth was at home. I hadn't really kind of gotten anything going. I was still, at home with the kids. But I had the opportunity when we moved here to stay home. through, discussions with my husband and I and just him transferring here, it worked out that I was able to stay home. So when Sydney got in school and I had Seth, then we decided to have the third one, which was very easy because, as you know, when you have kids, you love them and you want more, which I never thought I would have 3. But I love my children dearly, and when Seth started school in Sammy, I was able to start dragging Sammy around. Everybody knows that for the last 12 years, I've not only dragged my children, I babysit another family of 3, and I have dragged their kids around for the last 7 years as well. I take them everywhere, so I have extended family. But I love what I do. I do it to be with my kids. I do it to be with your kids. I want to make their experience fun, and I want them to enjoy school. I want them to be able to go on to college, just have hopes and dreams, and I thank everyone for that. Thank you very much.
From Drake Elementary School, we welcome Lori Force.
Good morning. I am so honored to be presenting the Ohio PTA Achievement Award to my dear friend Connie Bearfield on behalf of Drake Elementary. I, of course, immediately agreed when they asked me to present. But then I had some hesitation, as I'm not a Drake mom. As a matter of fact, Connie and I have never had a child in the same school. I'm a Zellers, now Kinsner and Albion mom. She is the mom of 2 amazing young men who are here with her today. Her oldest, Thomas, who will be graduating from Center this year, and Douglas, who is part of the last 6th grade class to walk the halls of Drake Elementary. So I asked, are you sure you wouldn't rather have a Drake parent present? Perhaps Mr. Stacco. I can guarantee that would be entertaining, possibly in costume. But after considering my friend Connie, I thought that's who Connie is. Connie brings people together. It is not about what school you come from. It's about being part of our Strongsville community and having a positive impact on everyone she meets. Connie is a true Clevelander, growing up in Parma, graduating from Baldwin Wallace. She married a local boy, Ed, who's here supporting her today, as he always does. And when she's not being a Strongsville wife, mom, and PTA guru, she is a teacher, impressively a math professor at Tri-C. But for me, this award is, So yes, Connie's been an integral part of Drake Elementary PTA. She has chaired and co-chaired multiple committees for most of her years at Drake, including Teacher Appreciation, Veterans Day, which is an amazing program over at Drake, the Busy Bee Award, Budget Committee, Welcome Back Dinner, 6th grade committee, the 6th grade year-end liaison, room mom so many times we've lost count. But for me, this award is not about honoring her commitment, just about honoring her commitment to her children's school, but her impact on our community and the people she meets. My husband and I have a standing joke in our house for some time now. Boy, that Connie gets around. And that's because we see her everywhere, on the basketball court, on the football field, on the soccer field, the rec center, the library, the community meetings. And as a true Clevelander, she's my go-to person for everything, from where to get the best pizza, baked goods, pierogies, what to do on a Saturday. And when I'm out in the community, oftentimes people will come up to me and they'll say with a smile, "Hey, aren't you Connie's friend?" And after that knowing glance to my husband, Connie gets around. I'd say yes, I am. And I feel blessed that I am because, as I said, Connie brings people together. She truly has a positive impact on everyone she meets with her light spirit and her compassionate soul. She is one of the best people I know and is most deserving of this recognition. So thank you for your friendship and for your service to our students and our community. Congratulations, Connie.
Okay, I have to make this fast because she needs to use the little girl's room. Okay, thanks, Lori. Thanks for that. You're welcome. All right. This is my last year as a Drake parent. The time is close to saying goodbye, and I am not alone. My family and I are very fortunate. We have been touched by some of the most caring and dedicated people I have ever encountered. I'm speaking of the teachers, administrator, PTA organization, parents, student aides, office, cafeteria, and library staff. As a professional educator, encountering such a learning community that is focused on one goal, which is providing the best experience for the students they serve, is really heartwarming. It has been a unique and rare opportunity. Within the Drake building, innovative teaching practices are not just theoretical, but put into practice, and complementary relationships between administrator, staff, teachers, students, and parents have been built. In this environment, we as parents have been allowed to support and assist our students' school community to become a place where students can learn the curriculum the district sets forth and about the many different people that make up the nation that we all live in. They learn about honoring those who have given more than we can even imagine. They learn about others who have little to give. Students learn they are cared about and they are valued. It is all about the children. That's why we do what we do. Seeing those little faces in kindergarten and watching them grow and change on their learning journey, it's really priceless. As a volunteer, I have had the opportunity to assist and work with some of the most wonderful adults and children in the city. I have been able to use my talents and skills for you all. You all deserve the best, and I hope as I was able to let you know how special and valued you are. Ed, thank you for valuing service and education. Tom, Doug, and Ed, thank you for volunteering at Drake and for Drake, supporting my projects and your love. Thank you, Drake PTA, for this honor. You have allowed me to strive to be my best. You will always be part of my heart. Thank you. Now let's eat.
Congratulations to all of our honorees this morning. Could we have one more round of applause, please? It is an honor and a privilege for me to introduce Mr. Cameron Ryba, Superintendent of the Strongsville City School District.
So I'm sorry it's not lunchtime yet. One more. You know, I just want to take a moment to thank Laura and Michelle and Karen and all of our PTA representatives that put this event on today. It's such a special morning and a special day because the reality is it's not about one person or one individual. It's about the collective efforts of the group that make our district outstanding. So on behalf of the district, I'd like to personally thank and commend not only the council for putting this on, but all of our award winners for the class of 2016. So please join me in recognizing them once again. And I'd also, even though they're gone, I would just like to, you know, it's like being a proud parent. I'm a proud superintendent of our Mustang Express that was here today. Such a phenomenal group of students, talented musicians. And Mr. Smithberger, not only share how proud we are of them, but if you can share with them for me, if they ever need another guy. I have a red shirt, I have a black tie, and unfortunately I know every word of Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. That's right, I was right there with them. Founders Day is a day when we celebrate the legacy and the work of our PTA founders who have worked to improve the lives and futures of every child in education. It's a day and time to take pride in our achievements and to renew our commitment to be a powerful voice for all of our children, relevant resource for parents, and strong advocates for public education. Of all that Founders Day means to each of us, to me, it is the PTA's shared commitment to our district and the education of our students that stands out and is embodied by all the work that you do and was highlighted here this morning. In honor of my good friend, my mentor, and former colleague, John Krapinski, wave, John. I thought I would share with you a few quotes that highlight the importance of commitment. Abraham Lincoln shared that commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. Marcia Wider states that commitment leads to action, and actions bring your dream closer. I've worked in multiple school districts and in various roles in our district, and the commitment that our Strongsville PTA groups have for the betterment of our district and students are unmatched. You are the action that supports us in reaching our goals and dreams for our students. As a collaborative team of district staff and PTAs, we are committed and driven towards providing an outstanding educational experience for our students. Today, we renew our commitment to one another and continue our drive in becoming a premier school district. With the PTA, we are certain to reach our shared goal of excellence for our students and community. On behalf of the Board of Education and all of our staff and students, thank you. Thank you for continuously giving of your time, your talents, and energy to make our district a better place for the students and families that we all serve. Thank you, Laura. And now, I think it's official, it is time to eat.
Before we conclude our program this morning, on behalf of the Strongsville Council PTA, I would again like to congratulate all of our recipients and thank everyone here today for joining in our celebration and for all that you all do for our children. Thank you.